Gotta get more followers.
Hello everyone, it's King Futures Trader here. Welcome to Friday. We gotta get that date up. I always move it to the bottom when I'm just trading on my own. Don't worry, we'll get into some trading. It's almost 1:40 on Friday, October the 7th. Thought to myself, you know what better way to spend kind of a cool rainy afternoon on a Friday than try to pick off a few trades. I can't promise we're gonna get any. It is slow out there in the Treasury streets. We had non-farm payroll this morning and it's just a dead zone now. But hey, it might be good setups for a one-tick winner. We just take them all day long. Anyways, you know where to go. Visit my website for the latest and greatest. I gotta refresh this. Actually, I know I changed that banner. Tick-Ticks run the 2-day sale, the 7th and the 8th. That's today and tomorrow for 60% off. It's code CFT promo. I got this covering this, but you can sign up for those email alerts, all the good stuff. You guys know the deal. If it's your first time here, though, be sure to check out my site. There's the address, and there's links down below as well. Lots of deals and promos on all the best of the best trader evaluation companies. Nothing but the best. If they're not good, they're not on my site. Free futures course, always popular. Let's get to some trading. That's what you guys want to see. You don't care about all that stuff. As always, let's put this down here. We'll be trading some 10 years today, I think. On the right, we got the Ultra Bond, always tried and true, the classic. But lately, I've been trading those 10s. It's no secret. See if we can pick off a few winners. Got ticker tapes in the middle. Both are on the 10 years. This one is 25 and above lots. This one is 150 and above. It's either 125 or 150 and above. And I obviously just connected. That's why there's no activity. Not a lot of big trades are happening. I've been connected about 10 minutes. So in the last, whatever, say 10 minutes, those are the only two big lot trades that went through. Got a few more hitting. Like I said, it's just after lunch. Just got back, ran to the coffee shop. You might notice the jazz in the background. I was at the coffee shop. I thought, you know what? This would be pretty cool. Need to spice up the stream. I don't even want to call it a stream because it's not live. Need to spice up the videos. It's kind of like a pre-recorded live. It's like live to tape, like they used to do for, they still do for like late night television. I know that's, so many kids aren't really down with the late night television. I'm not either, but I remember live to tape. This is live to tape. It's gonna be live, but uninterrupted. Guys, I put out that video a few days ago. I'm trading those 10 years, the 50K challenge. A little slow this week, not gonna lie. I did not trade all morning. I'm only trading now out of boredom, I would say, which probably isn't always the best reason to trade. But I will say, in this case, I'm entertaining myself by talking to you guys. So I'm not looking to trade for action. But I thought, you know, let's just sit in front of the computer, see if we can. Maybe we can make a few $100, get some fuel for that Porsche. A nice sunny weekend coming up, though. I'm driving around. So, somebody, I'm sure some of you have asked or are wondering, you might be losing sleep, wondering, CFT, what's your setup in the 10 years? It's similar but different than the Ultra Bond. It is not the catch-up or any of that. I do keep the Ultra Bond up here, but I'm not using it for any information. It's more out of laziness because when I do trade it, then it's just here. I don't have to like have a different desktop setup to trade the Ultra Bonds. I am mainly scalping 1 and 2 ticks. Like that is all I'm doing in the 10 years. It's, if you want the simple short version, that is all I'm doing. I have a strategy set up in Jigsaw, and right now I have it set to 1 tick winner just because it's like so slow. So if we do enter a trade, we are literally just looking for a 1 tick winner on the trade. So when I enter a trade, it'll automatically throw on that 1 tick take profit for us immediately. As for what I'm looking for, I'll see if I can describe it. It's better shown than described. but I'll try since we got time here. Maybe this is a good time to record. Things are moving so slow, we might be able to really like watch it in slow motion. So like I said, I'm scalping 1 to 2 ticks, so I'm really looking for it to be kind of stuck in a range. So that's kind of step 1. Perfect. Today's just slow, so by definition, it's just stuck in a range. This is pure, I kind of dig it because it is pure order flow. It's not the correlation between different products. This is like watching these numbers like a hawk. Got my microscope out. I'm examining them. I'm questioning them. Checking if they're legit. And when they're legit, we're going to grab it. You might be saying, okay, thanks for all that CFT, but what on earth are you fucking talking about? All right. Basically watching all of these numbers. So first of all, let's just start on the inside green, the inside purple. Those are limit orders. Those are what you'd see on a normal depth of market. If you don't use Jigsaw, you just use a DOM that has like the price and like the buy and the sell orders. That would be the inside green, the inside purple columns. Those are limit orders sitting on the books, waiting to get filled. The outside green, the outside purple are kind of people pulling and sometimes referred to as pulling and stacking. It's people adding orders and pulling orders, taking them away. That's what that outside columns do, and they kind of give a nice frame of reference as to what's happening. Usually, if I was to say what I want to look for, I'm looking for one of the sides to really be pulling the orders, and simultaneously the other side is adding orders. So it's like a dynamic, a pressure dynamic. You know, let's say the buyers really started adding on here and these guys started like pulling the orders, like negative numbers. All right, looks like the buyers want to push this up and these guys are getting ready to, you know, relent and give in. Perfect opportunity to maybe grab a tick. Also watching the actual trades here, that's part of the ticker tapes as well. You know, get a sense, like if we just see red, 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 you know, I mean, we'll see it here, but it's just kind of another nice visual cue that, hey, you know, the sellers are pounding these guys, or vice versa, the blues. If you take that also with this ticker tape, so you have even bigger quantity of orders going through, all the better. You know, if there's a bunch of red and then you start seeing some red print here, that means, you know, these are bigger lot orders. Like I said, over 150, I think is what I have it set to. Or 125, whatever it is. You know, those are bigger, you know, kind of people throwing around some real size, trying to get it to move. So you see red, 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 red. Okay, the sellers are moving a lot of lots and trying to push it. Maybe they haven't cracked these guys yet, but they're getting ready to. And you want to be in on that hot 10-year Treasury note action. So here is kind of an example. You see a big negative here. You're seeing the positives here. You know, they're pulling orders. That means there was, you know, over 1,000 here. 500, 600 of them have pulled their orders since. These numbers change, I mean, within the moment, but as well, if it actually does tick down, it'll kind of clear out this info. So this info represents, like, right now at this price level. If it ticks down and then goes back, it'll kind of, like, reset itself, if that makes sense. So it's from the last time it was in this exact position. Hopefully you're still with me. So I would say these two columns and these two are the most important. What's actually traded is probably like third. Like, yeah, I want to see the numbers here, but I'm going to see it reflected in these numbers anyways. So let's see if we can get something. Now again, this is super slow. Like, we need to see a little bit of volatility, because here's the problem. You might say, okay, perfect. Big number here, small number here. Yeah, but things are kind of just stuck right now. You know, we go short, it wouldn't take very much for this dynamic to just change, because nobody seems that interested in trading right now. I don't blame them, man. It's a Friday afternoon. It's 1:46. People got better things to do. Except for me, apparently. We got a little over 2 hours left in the trading day before the weekend. Need to find myself a spirit Halloween, getting the mood, getting the Halloween, the vibe, as you could say. Go check out what wares they're selling at the Spirit Halloween. It's been a few years. Not planning on dressing up, no, but might get some knickknacks for the old place here. Decorate for the great Halloween. Another, even if we don't take a trade, I'm going to put this video up just because I'm giving you all the intel, what I'm looking for, and then maybe a different day we'll get some trades. I'm still hoping we get a trade today. There was something else I was going to say I was looking for, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, no, another reason I trade the 10 years lately is, one, it's just something slightly different than the Ultra Bond. Like, it's fun. Like, I like this, like, just sitting and waiting. It's like being a sniper. You're just waiting to pick off the perfect trade. And it really is. I don't trade a lot. I take a few trades, go for that high win percentage, tick or two at a time. They add up, man. You can trade some size here on the 10 years as well. You know, try trading 10 or 20 lots in the Ultra Bond. I mean, easily done, but sometimes, you know, liquidity is a little bit thinner. 10 or 20 lots is nothing. Nothing over here. I'm not even watching 10 and 20 lot traders. I don't care about them. And these guys don't care about me. So I'm able to slide in, take my profits, and bail before anyone even notices. They're like, that CFT got us again. The other reason where I was going with that is you can, if you get in a trade, let's say I went short here, and it just wasn't working out. It wasn't moving down, I can very well possibly get back out of my trade for break even. You lose a bit of commissions, but guess what? It didn't go anywhere. No harm, no foul. You know, on a busy day in the Ultra Bond, you don't get that. If you're wrong by 2 or 3 ticks pretty quickly. The market lets you know. Here, you've got a bit of play. You got a little bit more leniency, and you can make up for the smaller per tick size and lack of volatility with size, if that makes sense. So for one, this just doesn't move as much as the Ultra Bond. Secondly, the tick size is half of the Ultra Bond. This trades in 64ths. You might notice the prices here, like 200, 205, 210, whereas here it's just, you know, 190, 2 or 20, 21, or if you want to extend, 200. You know, really this is 20.5 if you want to think of it that way. 20.5, 21, 21.5, etc. So that's why these are half the value of over here, in case you're wondering. But you can move some real size. You know, say you feel comfortable trading 10 lots on the Ultra Bond, trade 20 lots over here, get the same per tick amount in aggregate, twice the number of contracts, you know, half the per tick value washes itself out, but also get a little reduction in that volatility. But that said, that's why I'm just scalping. I'm just looking for a tick or two. I'm not looking for those big runs. I'm not looking for those catch-ups where we get, you know, 5, 8, 10 ticks, whatever. I'm not looking for that here whatsoever. Basically, I'm in, I grab the 1 or 2, it hits, it's out. If it's continuing to go, I just get back in. That's the thing. Commissions are cheap on the treasuries. The bigger per tick value as well. You make it up. Unlike my faux micros, some of the micros you got to make 2 ticks just to cover the commissions. Stupid. Been having a lot of fun goofing on micros traders lately. I know, guys, it is somewhat in good fun. I do not like micros, but if micros suit you for trading, you're new to trading, you have a smaller account, all those things, hey, do your thing, go with micros. I'm just some guy on the internet at the end of the day, right? Doesn't really matter what I say. But yeah, this is no micro zone. All right, we might get something here. So look at this. Look at how many sellers hit this. You're seeing it over here as well, the bigger lots. There was 215 buyers. They probably ticked away and ticked back. That's why I cleared out. But you're seeing you're seeing the buyers. Again, negative numbers. They're pulling. Sellers are kind of adding on here. If this was like a lot bigger number, I might be looking to jump in on this. It's hard to quantify. There's no, if you haven't figured it out yet, there's no, when you see, you know, this number here and this number here and this number here, then you enter a short. Like, it's not a formula like that. It's an art, not a science, 100%. I mean, I give you the general gist, but you got to get into the trenches. You got to do it. You got to give it a feel. Trying to think of any other questions. A lot of people ask questions. And and I don't always remember. Guys, I know I turned off all the comments on the YouTubes. I haven't even looked at my email in weeks. Focused on nothing but trading right now. Being selfish. A little CFT time, if you know what I mean. Alright, let's see here. Another... Now this... I'm not 100% sure I want to join in the fun here. The problem is, well, there's a couple things here I want to say. One, when it just ticks back and forth between one price, don't think that's like an opportunity where you can be picking off, a tick at a time. Because here's the thing, remember, there's a queue here. Like, this isn't just like you can buy at any given price, you can get out at any given price. There's people here ahead of you. So just like right now, if I wanted to buy, I'm at the back of the line. I'm not necessarily getting filled. So it's not like I can just try and buy here and get filled here. You got to wait till you get to filled. Keep in mind though, so say we join the bid here and we're, this number keeps changing. There's roughly 900. So we're 901. Well, for it to fill our order, it's got to clear out 900 other people. And if 900 other people, or they have to disappear, but if 900 people disappear and then we get filled as 901 and no one else is behind us, it's already ticking down. So you got to be this is the art aspect to it. I'm not quite sure how to add that sort of second layer to verbalize what else you can look for. When you're entering, you want to try to get yourself to the front of the queue, and there's no like magic trick you can do to do that other than if you see, like, say it's this number and then like 500 pull the order and then 500 put it back and then 500 pull, maybe that's a good time to jump in, because then 500 put it back on while you're already in the middle of that pack. Another trick, and actually this is more what I've been using, it's been moving kind of slow, so I really haven't seen it happen to where I can explain it. Let's say I was looking to go short. Let's say, it's really hard to explain when it's not like set up properly. Let's say I was looking to go short, and I mean and maybe I would be, because you see a lot of sellers here and the buyers are pulling, but I don't necessarily want to get short at this price. I might wait and see if the buyers can just like tick this up, because sometimes what they'll do is they'll give it a little push. They'll pop it up. That's when I would go short. So I'd be looking to go short here, but I want to wait and see if they can like pop it up, hit it, get filled immediately, and then they right away pop it back down. And that's like the ideal kind of situation. So you kind of have to plan ahead a bit. Like, you don't want to just sit here and watch and go, oh, this is a big number, that's a small number, I'm going to go short. Like, no, you need to like kind of have a plan of action for your sniping. And that's what I'm looking for, but I'm not really seeing that that's going to happen. Now you could certainly, another approach is certainly just put in a limit order here. I'll be at the back of the pack. Like, hey, I want to go short. If maybe they cleared some of these out, then I get filled, and then we'll have her take profit, and then hopefully it pops back down. But the other problem is you don't know why. Like, you're not going to know in advance the action that's going to fill you, if that makes sense. The situation I described where they kind of pop it up and then pops back down, if you see some of that activity, I feel a lot more comfortable with that than if you put in your limit order and you get filled, but the reason you get filled is because the buyers decide that they're going to push this back up. And now you're in a trade and it immediately goes, like, they fill you and it goes one tick against. Don't really want that. I'd rather sit and just be patient, wait, pick something off. Hopefully we got one example here, and 100% we're just going for one tick winner. I mean, I think since we've sat here, I mean, it's only traded in these few little price ranges. This does, I mean, I'm not a fan of trading in the evenings, but I will say a few days this week I just popped in just to check out the activity, and the evenings are definitely slow, but they trade in a very tight range. Sometimes leads to a good some good activity. The other problem with the slowness is if we get in a trade and it's like a tick against us, I mean, we have all the time in the world to decide if we're getting out, but that might also work against us because we might just be stuck in a trade that's not going to come back our way. All right, and I'm joining the bid here. So real quick, before it gets filled, if it gets filled, there's 200. Oh, we got filled. I was gonna show my queue position relative. So here you go. So you see the automatic one tick take profit on here. I mean, we are far back in the queue. Don't necessarily love it, but if they do keep pushing us down, I suspect 80% of these people will disappear. Oops, shoot. I screwed that up. I clicked on that again, so I put in, I'm short for 7 lots, but I clicked it, so it was 14, so it would have been a take profit and filled me for 7 more. You might say, why 7? 7 gives you a nice kind of round $100 a tick number, like doing that. After, you subtract some commissions, you're at roughly $100, so. All right, let's take a look at this. We didn't get many opportunities. Let's take advantage of this now. So it hasn't taken off on us yet. So we are short. If we didn't like this right now, I could get out for break even. I could just buy right here. I mean, assuming the buyers pop it here, but no, we could still get out for break even. I'm sitting in this though. These guys are pretty thin. We're seeing the sellers be a little rowdy here. There we go. That's banged it. Now, the only thing I don't love about this is the queue position's pretty thick. Like, we need a few to trade down here, and I bet you see these guys start to disappear. It's not like they're going to hold the line on any given price on a Friday aft. So you see some just like already pulling. So you're seeing some trade. So we're not seeing any big orders because this hasn't moved. About 128 have traded. There was a 53 lot. That means it's all smaller orders. But you see already we're in a better queue position. So here, we're in, what were we at, like 1,800? Now we're at 1,400, which is still a big number, but you can tell now we're a little bit ahead in the queue relative to the total queue. So we get some more in here, get some more people to pull their orders, we get some filled. See, here you go, now it's 1,800 again, but now we're down to 1,300, so we're slowly chipping away at our position here. So we still got a ways to go. Again, I'd rather this fill a bit quicker. This isn't like the best time, like it is slow. Don't want to be like sitting in this like for long, like more than a few minutes. There we go, we're getting a better queue position. So at this point, if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I'm still looking at this. I want to make sure we're cool. I'm really interested in my queue position relative to the total queue and then what's traded. You're seeing some stuff trade here. I like that. We still got a ways to go though. People could change their minds and they say, you know what, we're gonna start buying. So we've got a ways to go, but it's a hard way to make $100. It is a good, and I will say though, because it's so slow, this is a good kind of way to sort of explain what I'm looking at. I mean, look at this now, 1,600 here, we're down to 700. It literally is a queue. Like if you were standing in a line, and picture some of the people ahead of you just decide to leave the line, you move up, and maybe then they come back, but now they're at the back of the line. Some of the people get, their orders filled, so they leave the line because they're done. Now look at all these trading. So these are actual traded. So 860 have traded here, and you see we're moving up in the world. Now there's still 1,500 here. There was like 1,800, and then 16, then 14, and whatever. Now it's 15. But we're moving up in the world. We're at 653rd position right now. So I like this trade. I don't love it. It's not like my favorite trade. Favorite trade would have been hit it, bam, they pound it, and then we're out. Those happen sometimes, obviously. We didn't have to make any too tough decisions here. We should get, all we need is a little flurry of activity. There we go. 355. We're seeing some. $279. Just need a bit more. Now look at the, like, I like what I'm seeing. We got some depth here. We got people being absorbed. Got a few more traded there. Just need a little bang. Come on, little pop. Be a real shame if this trade doesn't work out. I mean, and sometimes it doesn't. Unfortunately, we don't get to control when, you know, if all of a sudden at this point, buyers decide to start piling on, move this away, it doesn't matter that we're in 215th position because we didn't get filled. So, but obviously we much prefer being 215, now 201, than being, you know, 1300th. So, I mean, you're seeing some buying activity, but nothing over 25 because it's not registering here. That's what I'm talking about. Red, 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 red. Yeah, there's some like smaller lot traders screwing around in here, but the pressure's, you know, on the downside. So, and I mean, we see that here too in the numbers. I mean, a lot traded here. We've still got them stacked up here. Granted, these are like, this isn't like the best for us. You know, there's a lot of sellers here. But they don't seem too interested in upping the price, if that makes sense. You know, think of it, you know, hopefully we get filled here real quick. Be a little nervous. Actually, not nervous. But it'd be nice to just be out of the trade. We're moving up in the world. Come on, 167th. I already forget what I was going to say. Oh, in terms of the people here, you know, think about who those people are. You know, they might be legit buyers who are just going to do the opposite of what I did. You know, they just want to get filled here thinking, okay, it'll probably pop back up here at some point, and they take their one tick. Could have easily been us on the other side. If these were buyers who were real interested in treasury notes, institutional dudes who really wanted to, like, get in, you know, they would just maybe pay up. Or, you know, there's lots of different participants in the market. We've come so far down this journey, I'm really hoping. I feel it. Oh, look at that. A nice 70 lot trade there, brought us down. We're in 87th. We can see the finish line. Definitely not prime trading time. This might be our one trade. This video might be ending after this trade. I don't see a case for getting back in another trade, just seeing how long this one's taken. It's not worth the... I mean, to me, personally, I feel like it's not worth the risk of it going against us the wrong way. Now we're sitting here and we're stuck and we gotta decide, do we bail, do we eat the 100? Like, if we make $100 in this trade, let's call it quits. And consider it a good video for me trying to explain what it is I'm looking at. Uh-oh, no. So close. Didn't like that though. I had some buyers. Well, they're battling. If they can just battle, if they could have like a little flurry battle and get us filled and then they can go do whatever they want. We're still just sitting here waiting. Yeah, definitely I don't see us taking another trade. We might be here all day. I might be here right up till 4 waiting to get out of the next one. Don't want to do that. I said I was going to trade this afternoon, but this is a little bit slower even than I anticipated. I'm going to be happy just to get out of here. Take my $100 and run. That's future CFT here interjecting real quick because this trade's about to end. I'm editing the video and I noticed kind of weird because 6 of the 7 contracts fill and then it's about 30 seconds before the final one fills. Also, you'll notice after the 6 fill, and the way you can tell the 6 fill is it'll go from 7L down to 1L, which means, you know, 7 limit order and 1 limit order. It's the quantity followed by L for limit order, i.e. the take profit. but you'll see the Q position doesn't change. And when I first was editing, I was like, that's really weird. But I kind of remembered, I mean, Jigsaw is estimating your position in the queue. It doesn't know 100% where you are in line. So that's what is happening. I just wanted to throw this in case anyone else happens to catch it. Just as I was editing, it was kind of weird how, 6 left with the Q position didn't change. And then finally it's 30 seconds later before the 1 fills. So there you go. That's what's happening with this. But I know you've sat through this trade long enough. Here you go. We get out of it right now. There we go, guys. Man, I was losing interest. That took a lot of minutes. I'd already switched to my other screen. I was looking at what the kids are talking about online. The trading kids, that is. Finally, we got out of it. Now you're seeing some bangers, seeing it move, but we got out for our 1-tick winner. But they're right back at it right here. Oh, there we go. So now they get rowdy after we sit in this for like whatever that was, 15 minutes. Now they get a little rowdy. I don't see re-entering here though. I don't unless things really picked up, but even then I'd be a little suspect. I don't want to get in and then that's when they decide they're done again for another 15 minutes. Definitely the rowdiness has picked up. As cool as it would be. I mean, tempted, you can tell it's calling me, but I'm not seeing the magic setup. Guys, you might be wondering, do I have a name for this awesome trade setup? I do. I wrote it down. I need to look it up myself. It doesn't roll off the tongue quite yet, but it's going to. So kind of like I have the ketchup and the scalps and all that. I felt like this one needed its own kind of unique name. It's really my only setup I've been trading on the 10 years, just scalping 1 and 2 ticks. A lot more fun to scalp 2 ticks, I will admit. You're saying CFT, what do you call it? I call it CFTs. Enchanted Dark Arts, Abacus of Justice and Balance 2.0. That's right, people are going to be talking about it. You're going to hear it in the trading streets. The same as I see people saying CFT. I love that catch-up trade. People are going to say CFT. I love that Enchanted Dark Arts Abacus of Justice and Balance 2.0 trade. I'm looking forward to hearing people. I'm looking forward to putting out more examples of it. Right now, this is just not a great time. Maybe on Monday morning, we can get some trades. Maybe we can trade the entire... And I could, we'll either just record till we're done or edit it together for just the trades. We'll see how it goes. There's no rules here, no rules. But do a bunch of, 2 tickers on Monday. See if we can't make ourselves a cool grand 1,500, something like that. I think we can. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. We're in the last quarter of the year. That's right, the holiday season is coming up upon us. Stay tuned for any upcoming promos and deals. I know there's a few in the pipeline. Can't say what, can't say who, but you know where you'll find out about those. You'll find out about them on my website, CanadianFuturesTrader.ca. Guys, I wish you all the best in your trading. Wish you all the best in your lives. Wish you all the best in everything that you do. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.